I'm not slow. I walk 30 feet, you know? That's pretty fast. 5 more feet than some people that do normal walking, you know?
Yeah, I'm not slow either. I can fly 50 feet. That's 20 feet more than some people can walk.
Yeah, but that's like
That's like 4 times. That's like 4 times more.
That's like not even walking. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm burning way more calories, and I'm getting steps, you know? Like, you're not even getting steps because you're not walking 30 feet, you know?
Yeah, I'm actually requiring everyone to use a pedometer here because your health and your physical health is really important to me, too.
Yeah, I have a Fitbit +1, which measures my fucking character's heart rate and gives me a +1 bonus to athletics checks.
I have a Fitbit Versa. It's the newer version of the Fitbit, and it works with wing flaps.
Do you think at some point, like, I'll be able to graduate to dragon wings?
Wow, that's so weird. I walk 30 feet away from him.
Wow, that's so weird. I fly 32 feet just to show him that I can. And I say an orcish slur in orcish. But I kind of whisper it so he's not sure if he heard it or not. Fucking green skin.
I don't care what he says as long as he doesn't shit on me like a pigeon.
Out of curiosity, okay, I guess I didn't look at the stats. Who's the tallest one here? Probably not me.
You really care about height?
No, I'm
just gonna raise my height arbitrarily right now. I'm gonna be 7 feet now. Does that increase my walk speed, Greg? Because I have longer legs.
I'm still 4.2
Okay, cool. I'm middle.
4.20. Sorry.
I forgot where.
Greg, this could go for hours.
I've already started the music. I'm waiting for you guys to.
Okay.
Oh my god.
If you want to raise that volume a little bit.
Oh, I did. I just did.
I'm at 100 now.
Wow, it sounds like people are walking around, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
I hear
like they're obviously like using their feet for motion.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Here, how do I start? You think I would have like thought about how to start this while you were fucking around? But in a daze, everyone is passed out at the inn table, and
fair.
all tired from a day of dick measuring with your walking sticks. But
yeah, my feet are real tired from doing actual fucking work with them.
Yeah, my wings aren't tired at all though.
But you're waking up, but you don't seem to recognize this inn, and you're not quite sure whether or not this is the kind of inn that you thought you were coming to or something, and you're not quite sure how where you are traveling from. Everything seems like a blur, and you don't really have any recollection, and everything's kind of fuzzy for the last couple of minutes. But as you're waking up, you're looking around, and this is for all of you. You're looking around and you realize you're at the same table with 2 other people, and one of them seems really racist, but you're not quite sure which one. But you, as you kind of like shake off the fog and the sleepies and everything, you just start to like look around and start to take in your setting and everything. You got a couple of drinks in front of you, it looks like, but like they're kind of half full somehow, even though you don't really remember ordering them. And yeah, you're just kind of like waking up. You don't feel hungover. You're just kind of waking up.
I immediately little hairy dog that bites you and assert table dominance by chugging my entire drink.
You finish it.
I slam it on the table.
Stick my bird beak into the cup and kind of slurp some up, seeing that he drank some. I'm a social drinker.
I wave over one of the barmaids. Or bar people. Sorry, I didn't mean to assume barmaids' genders. They could be. I don't.
Hey, it's me.
Really polite half-orc.
Hey, it's me, Dave, the barmaid. I don't know. They force us to all use the same.
Wow, you are transitioning really well, Dave.
No.
Just fucking kidding. That's really bad.
No. Sorry, no. They told me I had to answer to barmaid because of the sexist people here, but
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
Hey,
What up,
Dave.
Oh, hey.
Anyway, no.
So,
First,
I'm sorry.
I pull Dave in real close. I
Oh,
pull in
hey.
Dave real close, and I say, "Did you leave a window open? There's a fucking bird in here."
I thought that guy came in here with you. I don't know. Anyway, I was just supposed to take drinks. I don't check the.
On my shoulder?
You said you pulled him in close.
Yeah. Fuck, was he sitting at my shoulder?
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm so strong. I had that big ass bird on my shoulder as I
Oh.
walked in. That's cool.
No. You pulled.
I pull Dave over to my side. And I whisper to him and I say, "Hey, Dave. If there was like any person at this table, I mean, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a filthy half-orc. If it was like really racist, which you know."
He just kind of leans down into you again, like closer to your ear than you're comfortable with, and he's like, "Actually, I kind of thought you were the racist, but never mind." Yeah, sure, I'll let you know. And he just kind of backs up, and he's like, "So the drinks, you called me over here."
I'm good. I don't need another drink. I'm still working on mine, apparently.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Oh, hey, yeah.
You look like you're a pretty strong guy, huh?
I think I have if you were to give me a strength out of like 20, I'd put me at about like a good solid like 11.
That's pretty good. You look like, you know, got some nice legs and nice feet on you, Dave. What's your arbitrary walking speed, would you guess?
He's like, actually, my wife and I were wondering this just because we saw birds in our backyard and we started an argument about if it'd be faster for a bird to walk or fly, which obviously it'd be flying. So we realized that I walk at about 3 meters per second.
Hey, actually, Dave, I do want to order a round of drinks for my party here. But can we make sure that the half-orc can get some Red Bull so we can get some wings?
What about me? I want some wings.
First off, I have no idea what Red Bull is. Is that like is that an alcohol that I don't know that I should?
I'll take an ale, sir.
An ale, okay. How are you guys paying for this, by the way?
Money?
He only has bird currency. He's not good for it. He lays some seeds down on the table.
He's like, okay, cool. These are nice seeds, man. But my kids have tuition or something.
No, but you could plant them. Like I'm a druid. I could make one of these grow right now if you wanted.
Dave leans over to UGLARK, and he's like, "Is this guy high? Is he?"
This bird is fucking like absolutely blitzed on like fucking medieval weed.
And
all I'm saying, dude, is like people eat plants, and I could make a plant grow right.
And he's
now,
like,
if you wanted.
I mean, that's okay, but I need the guys that come and take my money for like protection and stuff. They don't really take plants.
I could protect you. We could probably do that.
Oh, really?
My guy's pretty strong.
That sounds good. Oh my god, cool.
Dude, I'm really
not me.
Oh
I'm
my-
saying my guy, my half.
No, Joe, Dave's just like, Dave is beyond words. He's not listening anymore. He's just like, you can stop them. You can stop all the protection people from coming, because man, we lose like half of our gold for that.
Oh, really?
What are their names? I might sell to them.
Let me see if they're racist.
All right. Well, they're not here.
Okay.
Because then, you know, I wouldn't be as loud about this, obviously.
I slide a sheet of paper with my pager number on it, and I go.
Oh my god.
He's like,
It's just a fucking rock.
I'm like, dude, if you need me, throw this rock. I'll hear it.
and he just kind of takes it, and he's like, this is a weird string of numbers. Is this how much gold you have? Is that it's like 3 numbers, but then it's another 3 numbers, and then 4 more numbers? Is that like, are you minusing these?
It's a magic spell, and it's abyssal. Don't read it.
Yeah, actually, with my
Dave's eyes
I'm not
suck
that
into his
good at-
forehead.
I told you.
Oh, wait, actually, I'm pretty good at magic. So I'm like, yeah, that's a magic, like, talking spell. You can talk to me if you say those numbers.
Oh man, that'd be great. Soon I'll learn how to read and I'll learn how to do that.
I'd like to address Dave real quick.
Okay.
You had to talk about it.
This guy's really providing. He's really providing for his kids.
I can hardly hear Abs. Can we get her closer to the
Yeah, I
mic?
can get a little closer. I'm sorry. So I want to address Dave real quick. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
So what kind of people are bothering you that you need help with?
You know, it's just like they kind of. If I was to describe them, they look like bandits, but without the black stuff on them.
Oh wait, what?
Well, you know, like they're not wearing like the black. You know.
Yeah.
Why's everything got to be black with
I
bandits?
wasn't saying
You're green.
that, but
Agreed.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They just they
I'm
come in brandishing weapons that are. They seem kind of out of my league even, and they just yell at me and they say, "Give us money."
Well, how many are there usually?
Like 7.
And how often do they come in?
Every 5 days exactly.
Every 5. And
How many days has it been since they've been here?
4.5 days.
Holy shit! What are the odds?
You wouldn't
In
know.
12 hours they'll be here?
so they'll be here in approximately half a day. So should we keep drinking for half a day?
Yeah, but like half an awake day, as in like 6 hours.
Well, it is
or, like,
nighttime.
half a whole day, as in 12 hours.
He's thinking now.
Yeah, it's nighttime, so I would assume they're back here pretty on the dot tomorrow.
In the morning?
Yeah, we don't have clocks, but they're pretty on the dot.
Crack it up. Crack it
You
down.
guys should buy a clock.
Yeah, we should. Well, it's like Vegas, where but he's not sure why he said Vegas. He's like, where there's just no clocks on.
Oh,
Okay.
that's true. They don't.
What's the clock?
How do you know when to close the bar if there's no
It's a
clocks?
sundial.
Right, we just kind of
It's nighttime. How does the sundial
The
work
moon
now?
works.
we just have a guy keeping beat in the corner, and that kind of works for us.
Also, speaking of moon dials,
Maker, so the
That's
time stops.
have you guys heard about the moon crocodiles called moon dials?
Oh my god. No.
Dave is in utter confusion. He's still looking around like I think he's high.
Listen, Dave. How many of these assholes are there?
He said
There's about 7, yeah.
Listen,
7?
Yeah,
every time?
give or take.
If you had to give them a strength score,
It'd be
Yeah,
about
but how human are they?
fairly human.
Fairly?
Yeah, they don't say anything really orc racist against me, so you know.
what about bird race?
Well,
No, they walk faster than that.
Oh my god, what feetage.
I will say these guys are fairly inhuman if they're that mean to the barkeep and the barmaidens and stuff.
No, yeah, that's really nice of you to say, but that really the words don't really express the action, as they take my money. They take a lot of it.
Dude, if you keep giving us drinks, I guarantee you that we can take care of them.
All right, you're gonna make a persuasion roll on that.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Good, our first roll of the day.
I've got a +1 to that. Let's see here.
Roll two?
No,
Oh, okay.
he's saying he's gonna.
Oh.
Ooh, I got a 4.
Yeah, no, man, I'm not gonna take a winged person's who's been trying to give me seeds all day.
What the fuck did you just say?
You're doing some weird stuff here, man. I'm not gonna trust that you're like maybe if you got rid of them first, you'd drink here for free forever. But no, I'm not just handing out. It's not even my. Like, I don't own the place. I'm just the barmaid.
Well, I have something real quick. This is an inn as well as a tavern, right? Like, what if you gave us a place to like take a nap real quick and settle in for the night, and then we'll be bright and ready to go to handle these people, and you can be on your merry way.
Did that cut out already? The song?
Yeah,
It did.
It's been an hour already. It should have done something.
I think that was only in a half-hour one.
Yeah, no. Hey, but I pull Waylon's character close, and I'm just like, hey, yo, I know you's like a little racist fuckboy just like me, but this guy's worse.
Yeah, dude. Like, I feel like there's a little like friendly competition of racism.
It starts
between
to
you and
rain
I.
outside.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Shit, do you hear that rain?
Oh my god, okay.
Hence my suggestion of staying in for the night, guys.
Oh. Great, do we have any money?
As you all kind of collectively look down, because
Wait 1 second. I'm gonna cantrips are at will, right?
that's the thing you put on the ground to trip up people, right?
Oh no.
No,
Cantrips are 0 level spells.
yeah, okay.
Well, yeah.
So you just said it's raining, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use my druid craft to create a tiny, harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather, what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours. I want to see if it's going to be raining tomorrow morning.
This little cantrip spins, spirals, and kind of flips around, and then slowly just turns into a rain cloud that cracks little lightning, but it doesn't make a sound. It's almost like a spren in the stormlight thing. It just kind of looks but doesn't make a sound, and it definitely is going to be raining and thundering for the foreseeable future with that.
That's so cute.
All right, guys, it's gonna be raining tomorrow.
And then right before it disappears, it goes.
What the?
This is the weather advisor.
National Weather Service.
No, but that's a good visual of that spell.
That was really good. And I'm just like, all right, guys, yeah, it's gonna be raining tomorrow. I'm not gonna be able to. It sounds like, are we gonna fight these guys?
Yeah. We already offered.
They take in fucking protection money from innocent, racist bar folk.
Yeah,
They ain't
he
done
has a right
nothing
to
but
be
be
racist.
racist.
Yeah.
Dave's just over there going, I can hear you guys now.
Hey, shut up, racist.
No, he pulled it. We're all like kind of like leaning in together. He pulled me aside.
he only said he pulled in
I
Xerox.
still want Dave to be like, I can still hear you. Yeah, fuck you, Dave.
Go get my drink. You're a terrible barmaid.
You still haven't told me what you want. I guess you did. I'm correcting myself now. It's been a long day, and you guys have done some weird shit. I just saw a little rain cloud that wasn't a rain cloud that just show up in front of my face. I'm a little struck. But
Yeah, it's magic.
okay,
Get over it.
I've only ever seen it in the city when we.
David Blaine. It's street magic.
Wait,
He pulls out a wand. No, not really. Not
What?
really.
Dave does? Oh, okay.
I was going off the David Blaine thing.
I'm just like, Dave, that wasn't really magic, dude.
Oh, really? It looked convincing.
You notice how that no, that was like.
And then it said some weird shit at the end, and I didn't understand that.
Smoke. That was smoke and fire.
That was pretty convincing. Then you should get a job doing that. I'd pay money to see that.
Yeah, he's a street magician.
Yeah, I go.
Not like a real one, like,
Hey, anyway, so are you guys gonna do? I got other people. Like everyone's looking at me funny. Like I'm not taking their drink orders. So
we're gonna fight those guys for you, Dave, because you've been the best bartender I've ever.
How attractive is Dave in his barmaid's outfit?
Yeah, this skirt's been fluttering for a while, and you've just been kind of noticing his really hairy legs, but.
Does he have like that a few raindrops have like struck his face, like moisturizing it, like that sort of stuff?
Not really, but you can tell he's visibly sweating because of the dress. Like it's choking him a little bit up. Like he had to fit into somebody else's uniform.
Now that I know Dave's in a skirt, I've actually been using my druid craft to make small puffs of wind flutter hit this whole time.
He doesn't know it, but he definitely knows wind is coming when it shouldn't be.
Boy, it's drafty in here, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm just cheesing. I just got like my beak between my feather fingers, and I'm just kind of like.
Guys, will you
freaking
don't
out.
mess with Dave get our drinks?
Fingers, what the fuck? Oh my god.
So Dave just kind of like shrugs, and he goes off to get Zrak's drink because he's like, this is a lost cause. They're not doing it. He comes back down and he lays it down kind of hard. Like he's like, yeah, thanks. Like if you're saying you're gonna help, but Christ, and he's like, all right, guys, time to pay up or something. You get a little rowdy, whatever.
Can I get olives in this?
No, it's already poured. We don't do that here. You have to tip for that.
Okay. Oh.
I don't tip.
Did you assume that we wouldn't tip because of our races?
Yeah.
You haven't shown me any money yet, you guys. This is the weirdest conversation I've ever had at the bar, where people come to.
Oh, that's a lie.
I pull out a single gold piece and I go, "Really, Dave?"
Actually, as you reach into your pocket, you realize that any money you might have had has been taken from you.
Wait.
And the rest of you.
I gotta knock down my gold to 0. Change your
Gold's down.
character.
Gold's down. Gold's gone.
Gold's
My
down.
gold
Gold's
down
down.
too?
Gold's down.
Fuck.
No gold. Looks like you never had any to begin with. Oh wait, no, there's a currency. 0.
How the fuck do I change it?
You click on the currency right above it in equipment, and you can add and remove.
All right. So.
Maybe somebody could proposition
Do I like click
or
in the
some
adjust currency thing?
intimate favors to make up for paying for this ale.
That's what fucking when Lakin was in his fucking pirate campaign. Whitney's character was a prostitute and he was a drug dealer, and they just had rowdy orgies whenever they went to port. It was really fucking up, like hysterical. I just heard some stories from it because I wasn't in it, but
Nice.
Shit, I'm in a female.
Sexual favors at the local town village. You know,
So-
anything can work. I got 14 charisma.
Yeah.
Do it.
Dave's like,
I'm a sexy fucking half-orc, you know?
yeah. Dave's like, yeah. This is the part where you'd normally give me the money for this.
Yeah, here's the deal, Dave. We're gonna kick the shit out of those guys for you tomorrow, and then we're gonna pay you with their money and give you back your money.
I like it.
So you're being paid twice.
Dave's like, at this point now, I'm not even.
Think of it that
You're not
way,
even
Dave.
rolling. Dave's just kind of like, all right, like it's only one drink, you know. Like if you guys are actually gonna do that, like that sounds like a pretty fucking fair deal to me. So, yeah, I'll give you a room and board for tonight. It's pretty slow here, but yeah, you just gotta, just make sure you take care of them, okay?
You got it.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. You get more tips if you shaved your legs, by the way. Just a thought.
He's like, actually, it keeps me warm in the winter, so I tried.
Fair.
So, shall we head to bed, guys?
I'm there with him on that.
Gentlemen, shall we head to bed?
Yeah.
Okay, I get my own bed. Dibs.
Dave's like, actually, you only get one bedroom. I mean, like,
Sweet.
I can give you all the blankets.
I sleep buck-ass naked with my big orc
No!
cock flopping around.
Fine, I'm gonna whack my...
Could you roll on that, please? I'll need you to roll
But
athletics.
here's the deal. I sleep with a blindfold because I don't want to see Waylon's bird spirally penis.
That's only when it's erect, okay?
It's always rape when it's with him.
Yeah.
I'll sleep on the floor.
Anyway, I'm fine sleeping on the floor. Everywhere I sleep's pretty much a down comforter, so I'm good.
Yeah, I sleep on the other part of the floor.
Oh, so I get the bed. Sweet.
Wait, do you have like rafters? I could probably perch on that or something, dude.
Yeah, do you have a treadmill? Because I could just walk 30 feet right now in the same spot.
It knocks me right out after I've walked 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet several times.
I look. Jacob, what's your character's name?
Wait a second.
UGLARK
Hold up.
Killman.
Yeah, let's just share the sheets.
Hold up.
What?
Your character
William
doesn't
Boyce?
know his name.
Oh, my character?
None of you know each other's names. You never introduced each other.
Yeah.
You never checked that.
Oh, we never RP'd that. We have to RP that.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
You actually-
Let's be real. This isn't the first time I've woken up at a table with strangers. One of them that seems to be really racist.
Me too.
Who the heck are you guys?
I am the folk hero known as UGLARK KILLMAN. Traditional orc name.
The inn kind of like gets a little bit quieter as you say that. Like you said, like something kind of like something somebody should have remembered, but no one knows if they do. They're just kind of like in awe of the name, and then it then it rouses back up after like, okay, nothing's really happening.
And you, lady.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
I am Kia-ara. I am a ranger, and I specialize in outdoorsy stuff.
I'm exactly 6'1".
I'm exactly 6'1" when I stand up.
Jesus, I'm a fucking midget compared to you guys.
I'm a fucking dragon. I like to admire my own scales sometimes because it's this iridescent blue, and I'm just like, oh, shiny. But I'm pretty good at hunting and tracking, and I used to be a soldier back in the day. But now that the war has been over for several years, yeah, some of the memory lingers in my mind, but I've tried to move on from the scene and the devastation of that stuff.
Dang, but what's your walk speed, though?
It's actually 30.
30 feet.
Fuck.
Okay.
She can keep right up with me. I don't like
She
that.
walks at a pace similar to you.
Oh my god, I don't like that. That's intimidating.
And I'm like kind of looking up at you guys because I'm only 4.20 feet tall.
I thought you were on a rafter. You're looking down at us because you're a bird.
No, that was when you were going to bed.
We're still at the table. We're still at the table. Or we're walking to bed. We're not there.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just like, well, I'm Zeraklia, orc hugger. That's a lie. My last name's Orc Hanger from the long line of orc hangers.
Wow.
Dang.
But that's not my path.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually, I don't agree with what my ancestors did, and I went to an orc community college, and I learned Orcish to try and connect.
Are you saying this in orc, or are you...
Yeah. I start off. I'm like, look, I went to Orc Community College, and like, I'm guessing I see a look of disbelief on Urglok's like.
Does he see that look, or are you pretty
No, he sees that look because orcs are very uneducated, and there's no such thing as a fucking community college. But he's speaking in Orcish, so he must have learned it fucking somewhere.
For me, I'm just like, where are you guys? I don't know.
No, they're still talking in general or common.
I thought
Yeah, I'm common right now.
They started in common. They haven't switched yet.
And, but then I saw the look of disbelief, and then I was like, in Orcish, I'm like, no, look, I don't know how I fucking learned this language. I just know it. But the story's cool, so don't fucking out me in front of the dragon chick.
I tell him, nah, it's cool, my goblin.
I'm a bird.
What?
What?
Oh, I get it. That's like your word. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Alright. Anyway,
All right, so you've been sauntering. Are you making it to bed now?
Yeah, and I'm like leaning up against the bed, but
I just want
sitting
to point
down
out,
on the
I was
floor.
struggling to keep up walking with them that whole
Yeah, because he's fucking like over the course of the 1 minute of walking, which divides into about 10 rounds, he would be about 50 feet behind us by the end of that conversation.
It's probably that's why you got the look of disbelief. It was actually just he couldn't hear you from far.
I'm jaunting, and I like every now and then I give myself a burst.
Yeah, I'll give him free sprints in that, you know, like he just woke up, so I feel like he'd have run speed in him for sprints.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
But he definitely was like, he'd like catch up, but it was like that comical, like he'd catch up right as he was in line, but then start walking, so you'd slowly start taking advantage over him, so you'd have to run again to catch up and just keep this conversation going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I really hope that doesn't affect our friendship, my man.
Hey, you know what? I'll carry you if I absolutely have to.
Did you say you'll carry
Yeah, I'll
me?
carry you. Just perch on my shoulder. Like
I've never been so offended in my entire life.
That's pretty fucking far out there.
Sorry. Okay, I apologize. I did not mean to offend.
No, it's just look. That's like third date stuff right there. We're not quite at that level.
Wait, what?
You haven't even met my bird parents.
Perching is very intimate for them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Perching is like our first and second base.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I did not know. I'm very ignorant of this. I'm, mostly out in the wilderness.
It's okay. It's okay. And then I reach into like a pouch and then I pull out a good berry and I'm like, it's all good. You can have one of these.
Thank you so much.
I'll add that to her equipment. Wait, I don't know how to add to equipment. Anyway, yeah, she'll have a good berry eventually.
I'll just remember that.
That's fine. We'll give her one hit point at some point.
Yeah. That sounds good. All right, so you guys, as you're like talking, and as she finally takes the berry from your hand, you make it to the room that you never asked Dave about which one you could take. You just kind of walked to one, and you just walked in, and there was thankfully nobody there. So you're just like, I guess this is it. So I assume you'd start making bed for the night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Dave just kind of like hustles in, like maybe like 30 seconds later, and he's like, "All right, cool. Well, I guess thank you for that. But here's the extra blankets and stuff, that I said we'd have for you. But here you go."
Is there a rafter that's less than like 5 foot tall in here?
Or
like about 5 feet?
This is actually a nicer inn. It looks like, so it's one of those where like the frames and supports are leading to, like, it's the second floor, so the frames and supports are up there, and they've got like a good 5 foot clearance too above that.
Oh, kind of like
and
ceilings?
All right.
Yeah, so it's maybe like 10 foot up. There's a rafter with 5 feet of clearance above it, going to like a slope ceiling.
Yeah, I fly up there and I kind of just rest up.
Yeah, all right. Anybody else before the night clears?
I just sleep on the floor with the extra blankets.
Alright, I'll take the bed. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I appreciate this.
All right, is that...
Yeah, no problem. I just want to use my druid craft to make a leaf bud bloom and then produce flame to light it on fire. Real quick.
As
To toke up before bed.
as you hold out your hand, a leaf kind of from nowhere just starts to bloom and sprout, and along the capillaries, the leaf kind of grows into itself, and then you just hold out your hand, and it just sets itself on fire immediately after integrating into your hand to immediately disintegrate. And in a puff of smoke, it sets off the fire alarm.
Oh shit! Wait, they have...
No, I just...
But yeah, I quickly like breathe in the smoke.
Oh, thank God. All right. So
yeah, but does the weed does the fucking leaf that he made bloom look like that?
Ooh, let's see.
Yeah, I carry a bunch of those.
Yeah, it grew in a strange way you've not really seen before. Maybe you've seen some people making like rope and things out of the stalks of these, but you've never understood what the leaf could be used for, or the little like.
Seen anybody making brownies? Out
Yeah,
of it?
or like the buds are sometimes removed.
What do you call it, a brownie?
Hey, oh my God. I'm a greenie.
Yeah.
can say
Anyway, I go to sleep.
All right, is it sleep time, boys and girl?
Yes.
I like cover myself. Oh, dude, wait. Guys. We're gonna fight those guys tomorrow. We should.
Come up with a plan.
What time was it when he said we should?
Hey, would you set your rock to wake us up?
Yeah. Let's see. Do I have a druid craft?
From what you could gather from Dave, it's gonna be after they're not prime bandits. Like they're not on time all the time. They're just kind of they show up when they show up. But you're not expecting them really quick. I wouldn't think.
I think we should wake up at the crack of dawn, guys.
Now, okay, with my druid craft, I can create an instantaneous sound, but can I just set an alarm with that?
Do you have anything that would notice light? Because then you could do that. Maybe combine those two.
I mean, I got the thing that predicts the weather.
That's actually a Hofer question. Really quick, out of game.
Say again?
Could he conjure something that could make a firecracker sound as the sun came up?
I mean, like, if you want to be like loose with the magic, then like anything is possible. But like,
my wisdom.
His wisdom and intelligence are
like,
both high. I would give it that he would learn like an alarm sound or like setting something off.
Basically, like any like minor magic that isn't going to like majorly affect the game, as long as it's like within the realm of possibility for like a nature person to do it, then I would say go for it because it's fun RP.
Yeah. So with his druidic nature, I'm gonna say that he knows a spell that can like kind of find light.
It's an alarm. It's just an alarm.
All right.
Maybe it makes a beetle appear and explode on your face. You know, I was trying to figure out what a druid alarm clock
He's probably a good wake and baker at that too, so I'd assume he's got that down.
Yeah, I've got an idea for the alarm. I'll let you tell the story right now.
Okay. I'm waiting for Sabrina to get back, and then we'll be ready.
Okay.
They can't hear you. The microphone doesn't work like that. You can't hear the people at the Inn&Out on the other side of the stadium.
Doesn't she have a phone?
Does she not have phones?
Yeah.
Oh, she only has one phone. God, she's never going to be able to play Diablo Immortal.
I was gonna say, if she has a phone and like headphones, you should have her plug into the Discord call through that so we could hear her better.
Oh, that's true. Actually, we do not have that stuff. We're
Okay.
good.
Oh, I'll be back in like
Yep.
30 seconds.
Is that how long you're going to set the microwave for? She's grabbing us pizza, and we didn't. We expected a walking shit again, so she's like, I'm going to grab pizza while they argue.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Are we that predictable?
I mean, you did take 20 minutes before the RP started.
I thought we were just character creating tonight. Okay.
And I'm back.
No one wants to create a character and then be like, all right, next weekend.
You're true.
Okay. So, as everyone settles into bed,
Yep.
your eyes close, everything's going great, because, like, you know, sleeping and shit. And you start to feel a buzz in the back of your head, like that time in the night when, like, you're trying to fall asleep and, like, it's just about to happen, but it's not happening. And almost, like, instantaneously, you're out, and you're kind of in, like, a fugue state for a little bit, where just, you aren't really thinking, but you kind of know what's going on, but you aren't, like, cognizant of it.
Yeah.
And with that, everyone wakes up at a table at an inn.
What?
That you've never been to before, and you're not really quite sure how you got there, and you're not really quite sure like where your initial travels brought you to, for like how you got there or where you were coming from. But you're just kind of like waking up at this like table. You're not really recognizing it at all, but you're looking around and like you got like some drinks in front of you. They're like half finished, like you were like drinking a little bit before, like maybe midday or something. But you're just kind of waking up like from like you don't really have a hangover, but you're like sure you must have been drinking or something because you don't really remember anything before this.
What?
Now wait. Does my alarm go off?
There's no alarm.
Okay. And I don't remember anything.
You know right now is you're waking up in an inn
Okay.
that you've never been to before, it seems, but you don't really know why you came here or where you came from.
Okay, so looking at around the table, and to establish dominance, alpha male status, I grab the closest cup and slam it.
I try and beat him to it.
I'm gonna make you both roll athleticism.
Oh,
Okay.
you done fucked up.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Oh my god, I got a 24.
Yeah, I got a 15.
With the race starting, as you both kind of like lock eyes and decide this is a bro challenge moment, UGLARK, maybe sensing that a drinking contest was about to happen, just from his orcish nature, just starts.
Whoa, racist.
He thinks to himself.
He thinks to himself.
UGLARK just chugs that thing like a mofo, and as Zrak is about to beat him, he kind of coughs and he loses momentum. and loses the drinking contest.
Yeah, does he freshman it all over his fucking pants, his bird pants?
It seems like he has a high enough wisdom to cough back into the cup rather than all over himself.
Okay, that's fine. Does he then finish it even after it's been backwashed?
Oh, does he?
Yeah, dude, I don't give a fuck.
I guess I calmly.
UGLARK gives him a good approval nod to the I don't give a fuck drink of the backwash beer from the cup.
You kind of see him cough into his cup, and you can whatever was on his teeth is floating in the drink. But as he's like looking around the table, like, oh, I coughed back into this. He looks at you, and you see him just kind of do that like half shrug, like beer's beer, and just finishes off the rest of it.
Oh yeah, approval nod after that.
So I can't chug. So I just kind of lizard lick my beer. Just kind of
Is that like dog drinking, or
yes,
is that...
actually.
Okay.
I hold my cup up even though it's empty, and I just like go like let's cheers, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I do it, and then let's a little hairy dog that bites you.
Yeah.
Right? Let's get some more.
Yeah, sort another round.
Do you what do you do? How do you order another round?
We should call the barkeep or barmaid.
Oh, that's sexist. Let's just call the bar person.
And a guy in a strangely short skirt, kind of like, it looks like a French maid outfit, but with like the wrong colors, if you can imagine it here. Just kind of walks over and he's like, "Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Like, can I get you guys another round?"
Yeah. And so I
what's your name,
and I
barmaid?
start blowing his skirt. But I'm just like I look at the two guys. I'm like, you know, without him noticing, I'm like, check this out. And then I just start making his skirt blow.
He kind of notices the flutter that he's not sure where it's coming from, but does the Marilyn Monroe thing a little bit just to make sure his Johnson isn't exposed. But he's like, yeah, my name's Dave. What can I get you guys?
I'm good.
Another round.
Oh, another round. Cool.
Of these ales.
These ales. All right.
You're getting me one too. Thank you.
Do you guys?
Yeah, I'll get all of us.
I'm sorry to ask this question because you guys have already been drinking a little bit, but do you have a way to pay for this? Because you've already had a couple of drinks already.
I attack.
Okay.
Knowing the jig is up, I attack.
No, wait, we don't know the jig is up yet.
Oh, the jig is thoroughly up.
I reach for money.
Yeah. Well, as a UGLARK dives towards the barmaid, you reach in and discover that there's nothing in your pockets.
Ah, fuck.
Do I reach in?
Must have spent
I
it.
reach in my pocket too. What do I find?
Nothing.
Fuck.
And as a fourth wall break, you do not find the good berry either.
No! Fuck! I mean, I don't know this, but...
Alright, roll for initiative, people.
Wait, what?
Oh, shit. Dude, he's attacking the...
yeah.
Wait, can I try and talk him out of it?
I mean, he's attacking.
That's
like,
too late.
That's not a time for
It's too
talk.
late. Okay, initiative it is.
13.
Greg, I got a 14.
17.
Nice.
Did you add your initiative to that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Plus 2, so I got 15.
So, Wayland, Sabrina, Hofer, somehow. But because Jacob is on the attacking end, he's going to be the first one to make his attack.
Okay.
And then we'll cycle back.
Okay, how many 30 feet increments is he away from
Not
me?
you called him over. He's very visibly close to you. As in, he's standing next to the table.
Then I just attack him with my great axe.
Let's see here. I'm gonna need you to roll. What's a? Oh yeah, here. Give me a second here. With your great axe, it's a 1d12, correct?
Oh, well, I mean, I usually have to hit first too, so you don't tell me like what the
Oh.
person's AC is and stuff like that, and then my 2 hit bonus is +5, so I gotta hit him first before I do my damage, which is the D12 thing you were saying.
All right. So yeah, roll for attack.
Okay. So I got a 15 total. Is that higher than his AC?
Yes.
Awesome. So a D12 plus 3 is my damage. I deal 14 damage to him.
14 damage. Dave drops like a fucking rock. His head split, like you catch him in the neck, kind of a thing.
Jesus.
And it just like it starts to slide too far over, and then like hinges on the rest of the neck that might still be there, as he just drops to the floor.
Can I do a vocal action too?
Yeah, I'll give you a free action on top of that.
Something. I just want to say something. I just literally scream, "Where's the money, Lebowski?"
Everyone at the other tables just kind of jumps up and they're like, "What the fuck is he saying? What, like, do you understand? Like, that orc's going crazy. I knew he was gonna fucking attack somebody when he came in here."
I would just be like, "Where's my money? What the fuck is this?
Where's my money?
I'm just looking back and forth between him and the dead body. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
There will be justice tonight at this bar. Where's my money?
And yeah, it seems like everybody else is kind of like just freaking the fuck out, but they don't want anything. Like, people have run out the door and shit. Like, people have opened windows to run away. Like, they are fucking flipping out. Like, no one expected, like, you know, like, they kind of assumed, like, a bar is where a fight happened, but they weren't expecting brutality and murder. So, like, people are, jumping out windows, running in back through the kitchen and shit. Like, this room cleared fast. And all that's left is really just, like, Dave's lifeless husk of a body, like, blood just kind of, like, too much coming out of his neck.
Like anime style.
I search the barmaid's thong wallet for my gold.
I walk over.
You find, strangely enough, three gold pieces.
That's it?
Interesting.
But they're like
fucking exactly the amount of gold I was not missing. I was missing 10. Some of my gold was here.
I walk. I woke up and I hesitantly put my wing on his shoulder. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, so just give me 1 minute. I'm marking down the 3 gold pieces I now possess on my fucking character sheet.
Okay.
I immediately walk over to the bar and settle my tab.
The coins clang onto the now empty and kind of like, it feels like it's the cut flower sound of somebody not there that should be there, and you like everyone can kind of feel that like it's missing somebody now. But the coins clang down with like a large sharp spike of sound, and then it goes back to like just the fireplace crackling.
Is there like a cash register or something?
Yeah, because
could you do you want to search around for it?
You could do like a perception check or something.
Yeah, let's roll a perception check.
okay. Can we all do that?
Just him.
No, I want to look too.
He's asking now. Well, you can do it after him then.
Okay.
Oh my fuck! That's a critical miss.
Basically, looking around the room, you just kind of like, lights, and you get distracted from what you're trying to do, and you don't really like check. You just kind of like you start cooing like an owl, and you're like, yeah, that's the sound I make.
That's the sound I make.
Alright, man.
And so Sabrina wanted to roll perception too?
Yep, I want to roll for perception. I want to see if I can find anything at 15 plus.
Perception? Oh yeah, definitely. So like, not only do you notice a cash box behind the counter as you look, you also notice some like floorboards that are out of place while searching around back there.
Hey guys, I think I found something. Check this out. And I point to it. Like, what do you think? Is it a secret passage, maybe?
It's like one or two about a foot long.
Oh,
it's not a passage, but you notice some floorboards kind of look like they've been used more than the rest, even though they're for feet.
Oh, okay.
What all do you see?
Well, I see this awesome cash box. I think we should take it.
I go to the cash box.
All right.
Share some with me, damn it.
He goes to the cash box.
And I open it.
Inside you can see about like 25 to 27 gold pieces sitting in there, just kind of like haphazardly.
I take 3, and I walk up to where he is by the counter, and I put mine next to his to pay my tab.
Do you leave?
I recovered the rest of my missing 10 gold from the cash box.
Okay.
Having found it.
I knew it.
Possessing now 7 gold by proxy.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take 10 gold as well from this cash box.
You guys are fucking stealing? What's wrong with you?
I'm just keeping this. I'm not
I feel like you've also stolen now.
No, because I put it on the counter.
You're just taking it and putting it in a new place.
Yeah. But I wanted to make sure I paid my tab.
That's thief! That's thievery! Anyway, I'm not here to decide how you play the game.
But I do want to mention that I want to look into these floorboards that are misplaced. I want to check into these. How do I check them? How should I check
Well, you
them?
don't really have a tool.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, what was that, Hover?
I attack the floorboards with my axe.
Okay.
I guess.
And fucking everybody knows that woods are weak to axe.
I also have
Yes.
fucking claws. Jesus.
Yeah, that's unarmed, dude.
What?
Great axe is gonna do more damage.
Well, you know,
We don't need to
you
damage
pry 'em
them.
up maybe too.
He's attacking them.
Alright, but roll for initiative.
Okay, what's the fucking woods AC?
It's about 2, so I think you're gonna hit, but please roll.
Okay, well, I fucking got a 20, not a natural one.
Oh,
though.
perfect. Yeah,
So,
you just
I hit the
you
wood.
bring that like you're going nuts back there, right?
Could you be a little more delicate with this?
You can't. He can't hear you over the sound of him connecting with wood multiple times as he breaks away
Okay.
like all these things.
I'm gonna get fucking
The
slivered.
wood takes 7 damage.
Oh, never mind. It's only the 2 boards that break apart.
Fuck
No,
you.
no, he's
I walk 30 feet away, frustrated.
he's hope for UGLARK. Sorry, I want to call you Gerlach, and I don't know why. And is that racist too?
Yes.
Ah, fuck. UGLARK just like goes nuts on it, breaks it open, and you. I need everyone to roll a perception check now.
Wait, before I do that, I take the 3 gold that he put on the counter, I take that and I pocket it.
I look over at the counter and notice my gold is missing, and
Wait, what do you do?
I look over at my missing gold from the counter and say, "Another thief."
Oh my god.
No, I don't do that. I rolled an 18 total for perception.
Yeah.
I got a 12 total.
I got 7.
All right, so it seems like only UGLARK, the half-orc that you wouldn't expect to notice anything, gets his eyes on a shiny, and he sees something glinting with like a strange light that doesn't look like the wood he was just mashing into pieces in the hole.
Okay, I slowly remove the weird object thing.
It seems to be like a little gem. It may be like something you'd see in like I want to describe it in a World of Warcraft term. It's just like a cut jewel, almost. It's red and twinkling, but it's like bright on its own. And especially as you've brought it into the light, it's it just like it twinkles even more. Like it's definitely like with Zorak and Kia, they like when they see it, they kind of like get blinded a little bit because they're not expecting something bright.
It's Zorak, Leo.
Zorak. I've just been calling you Zorak because it's easy. Zorak, Leo.
Okay, that's fine too.
Yeah, I would be like, "Hey, take a look at this, my goblins."
Yeah, do I know what that is? Can I see what that is? Can I guess what it is?
I'm gonna make you roll Arcana.
Beautiful. I've got a +5 Arcana.
And I have 0 in that, so I'm not even gonna roll it because I don't think my character would know about it.
Probably not.
I got a 7.
Oh my god, I got a 20.
Nat 20 on the board here. So
Oh shit!
Zraklia,
First nat 20 of the day.
God damn it. Okay, so Zraklia looks at it and he's like kind of like, man, that thing seems kind of magical. It's weird or whatever. But then Kia-ara,
Kia-ara, but just call me
Kia-ara,
Kia for short.
Kia, is just like she knows. She's like, there's something in that thing that's like. This is some mystical shit, and it's probably powering something in this inn. So we're like, I'm not sure what's going on. She's got that like feeling of like, I'm not sure, but that thing is holding some power over something in this inn that like has control over a mechanism or something.
Can I snatch it from
I
him?
ask her if the gem is weak to axe.
I'm a dragon. I like shiny things. I want to snatch it from, who has it? UGLARK.
UGLARK, yeah.
Yeah,
UGLARK has...
Wait, do I know if it's weak to axe?
At this point, no one knows if it's weak to axe. She's only figured out that this thing is controlling something in the inn.
Okay.
The Wi-Fi.
And you look over and see a chalkboard that says, like,
router.
it's the Inn&Out Inn is Wi-Fi password sitting right there.
The Inn&Out Inn, I like that.
Yeah, you haven't asked, but I actually named it that, so...
Oh my god, fucking great. I love it. We try and come up with always the most sexual, dumb shit names for the inns, like the bouncing sausage and stuff like that for ours.
I was about to name it.
Powering something?
I was gonna when I was gonna use Roll20, I was calling the game the ins and outs of the In-and-Out Inn.
Oh, I like that.
Anyway, sorry, Waylon?
I look to Kia-ara.
Oh wait, I'm gonna stop you there, because she's trying to snatch it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I tried to snatch it from UGLARK.
So,
Okay.
are you gonna let that happen, Ugg, or are you gonna try to keep?
What would I roll against her? Or is it an opposed thing, or do I make like a dex save or something, or what do you want me to do?
I feel like I'm gonna make you both roll dexterity against each other, so like she can jump at
Sure.
it.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'll just kind of resist it. So like I'll just do the dex plus. I only roll a d20 because I don't have a dex mod. So
Yep.
I got a 12.
Yeah, you fucking beat her. So
Damn it.
you kind of like see she's lunging at something that you've got, and you earned this. You broke the fucking floorboard apart. So you just kind of like it's a weak grab. Like she spent so much of her time like figuring it out in her head, like fucking like Mr. Miyagi style. She just didn't have enough time in her head like to make the body follow along with it. So it's like a weak thing that almost looks like a slap at your hand to try to get at it, and you just kind of pull it away like, yeah, no, this is mine.
Okay. Well, and then what was Zraklia gonna do?
Oh yeah, Waylon, you wanted to do something now?
Yeah, I just look at Kia-ara and I'm just like, what is this?
It is.
Oh yeah, you haven't explained to them what's going on.
Right, right, okay. So, first of all, I want that. It's shiny, but whatever, I guess. This thing is controlling. I'm pretty damn sure it's controlling something in this tavern. I'm not sure what. It's I don't know. It's powering up something. Then that's all I can kind of figure out from this glowiness and just what I know in general about this gemstone thing.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
No, so this thing's you need to learn some control. You can't just snatch thing out of people's
But
hands.
it's shiny.
That's rude, and I don't appreciate that. That's a lot of negative energy coming from you.
How would you just mellow these vibes, man?
Yeah, dude, here, have a good berry. And I reach into my sack.
You give her a good berry.
I'll put the good berry away for now.
In a weird, strange way, he's like giving her a life lesson you think you wouldn't have to teach a 37-year-old.
I'm 30.
Oh yeah, 30. Sorry, you said you want to be. But she just kind of takes it and like in a defeated, like childish way, she just kind of pockets it, but like looks down at the ground like, oh man, okay.
I'm like, all right. So that's a power thingy. Let's find out what it's powering.
How do we do that?
Yeah, how do we? Is there a way we can track it? I start walking 30 feet around the bar.
Can I sense like any like?
Does it like glow more or something?
Yeah, can I see its magic like doing anything?
As a UGLARK kind of walks around the room, nothing's really changing on the glow. It's just kind of like it keeps sparkling just as intensely.
Okay, so this is.
Do I see something around the room changing as he's walking around?
No, nothing really around the room is changing. Like everything's just kind of like it's basically just a room that you're bringing a like glowing crystal around. Like if you were an outsider looking in, you just see like 3 people have found something that looks hyper valuable, and they just started walking around the room with it, but nothing really has changed.
Wait.
So it's not like a hot
UGLARK, I just fucking realized something. You just fucking killed a dude.
I lock the door to the inn.
No.
How much walk do you have left in your walking?
I don't know. How many feet did I spend?
Did you said you walked the whole 30 feet.
I said I walked. Oh yeah, probably.
How about I walk 30 feet to the door to lock it?
So I just look at them both walking around, and I'm just standing still. And I'm like, dude, let's just fucking torch this place and get out of here. We got the power ruby. You killed a man. I feel a little compatriotism with you right now, and I'm trying to protect you. This shit's not gonna go down good. You just
Yeah,
Is that-
really
that's
killed
why
the guy.
I walk 30 feet to the end.
I hate being the DM that does this. Is that literally what you're doing? You're gonna torch the place?
No, I just threw that idea out there. They don't have to listen to me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were gonna like just start going over and like throwing hot coals from the fireplace onto the floor and like.
No, I'm just throwing it out
Okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah, that's actually another thing that fucking wood is weak to is fire. Believe
Axe
it or
and
not.
And I can
fire
just start
Axe and
fires.
fire
I mean, if
specifically.
you guys want me to start something,
Like,
I am
look.
a dragon.
that shoots lightning. I don't
At
know if
least
wood is.
lock the door.
Lightning? Wood? Yeah, it would start a fire. It's hot.
Yeah, it's kind of like fire, but you know, similar. Maybe half damage.
So, as Zraklia is asking that question, I'm gonna give Hofer. You wanted to lock the door. I'll give you that action in between.
Cool. I lock the door to the end so that no one can come in.
So it's one of those
Except
big
through the
wooden things
windows
you just
that
kind of
are
like.
broken out.
You win one of those big wooden things you pull over the door so people can't kick it in or lock it or pick the lock.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's just a giant thing that you just put in front of the door.
I love it.
And I just go like, hey, you ground bounds. I want you to be your best selves right now. Come around here. I'm gonna give us some inspiration so we can think of what to do about this.
Okay.
And then I pull out a couple of my seeds, and I make them grow. And I light them up.
You both watch that happen. You're like, I don't know. No, I guess.
Why does it smell like stale cherries in here?
I fucking hate cherries.
That's the good berry.
That's that good berry. God damn it.
I do not want to partake in this leaf burning. Also, my lungs suck. I can't breathe smoke very well.
Alright, I want to go back to the hole in the floor and see if I see anything else.
All right, you go over there. Make a perception roll.
That is an 18.
An 18. You reach your hand in there and you start like fluttering around, but you're not really connecting with anything right away. You're just kind of feeling like dirt, whatever, like the foundation. You know, like obviously there might not be a basement here, or else it wasn't dug underneath a specific spot. And then your hand falls over a piece of paper.
Oh.
Yeah, I grab it. I pull it out.
All right, and on the piece of paper it just says 1.
Hmm.
Is it written or is it just the number 1?
Just the number 1, numerically.
Okay. Guys, I found a piece of paper with a number on it.
Oh, what'd you find? Or what's on it? Sorry.
1.
1?
It's a piece of paper with number 1 on it. So I'm guessing with I feel like there's got to be other power gems.
I agree. Actually, I was just thinking the same thing.
I'm now making it character canon that smoking and getting high makes me smarter because I figured this out after.
Wait. UGLARK, can I ask you kindly, may I see the gem?
I guess. And I put it in her hand.
Oh, okay. So,
Her claw, sorry, claw. I didn't mean to be racist there.
I am not offended. I'm not easily offended. So I wrap my claws around it, and I try to think really hard, and I just, I try to think of I try to visualize the room in a different state.
In a different state?
Yeah, so like right now, you know, currently the room is like, oh, it's a tavern. Some chairs are knocked over because people were, you know, trying to get out quickly, blah, 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 and now it's empty except with the dead body. So now I try to visualize, like, maybe, we're in a meadow sort of thing, and I just want to see if the stone jewel thing, has any power over, like, the mind or something.
as you grip the gem and holding it tight, and you close your eyes, and you close them so hard you can kind of feel that rumble in your head.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Oh, okay. Well,
maybe you can imagine the inn being full, or you can imagine a meadow, but nothing is changing around that gem.
Okay. UGLARK, since you are rightfully the one who found it, I will hand it back to you.
You can hang on to it. You know more about it than I did.
Oh, that's awesome. I get super excited.
While she's doing this, I make more of my seeds grow. And I take the piece of paper and I crush up the newly grown leaf onto the paper.
Oh my fucking god.
I roll it up. And then I light one of the paper on fire.
Alright, I'm gonna have you click on conditions on your character sheet. And I'm gonna give you a restrained. Or no, not restrained. I'm gonna make you click on incapacitated for a while.
Ha!
Can you?
Okay.
I can't make... Oh, no, wait. I'm not on it.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay. So, getting a little bit high, you're incapacitated. That'll be for about 5 minutes in-game where you're just kind of feeling the buzz. And now I'm going to make you roll higher on wisdom, but lower on dexterity and strength.
I also want to, like... I lock eyes with UGLARK. Like, I don't smoke the whole thing. And I just kind of, like... pass it to him.
All right. That happens.
Yeah, I don't do drugs.
You don't know what drugs are.
I went to Dare Orc School.
There is no orc.
Actually, I'm just gonna catch you in a lie right here. You said there was no orc school.
Oh.
I did say there was no orc school.
As DM.
Yeah, but my human mom taught me about Dare because that's a human thing.
Okay. Well, I dare you to smoke this shit.
It's called, actually, out loud, it's dragons are recreational e-users. And they're vapors, and you knew that any dragon that vaped was the worst kind of person.
I don't vape. Just for the
Dang, dude,
record.
I'm only gonna smoke this if you put it in a small device and make it mango flavored.
Greg laughs as he's smoking blue raspberry slushy.
Did you see that fucking meme, Greg, that was like...
Hey kids, do you want a nicotine addiction?
Do you want to get addicted to nicotine?
No.
Yeah. No.
How about if it's mango flavored? Fucking lit, fam.
Oh my god.
Alright.
I loved that so much when I saw it.
So I just kind of like, just kind of pull up a seat and I just sit there because I'm incapacitated.
Yeah, well, I'm just making you say incapacitated, but it's like you haven't done it in what feels like a while, so you're feeling the hit again.
Yeah. Is it weird to me that like it's affecting me this much?
No, this is like what you're used to. It's nothing strange. You're just like, oh yeah, here comes the buzz.
Okay.
And like in Dungeons and Dragons, drugs and alcohol in excessive amounts act as like poisons, and you like make fortitude checks against side effects. Because that's basically what they are. Is like drugs.
Yeah, if you were trying to fucking
side effects.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking hippie.
And so like yeah, like literally, I can't remember in what system it is, but like alcohol, like I think it like reduces your dexterity and wisdom because you lose your common sense a little bit, but you like gain charisma.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to talk. I'd get that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, but I don't know how it works in 5e technically. But okay, so
you got this gem.
I go upstairs and I start kicking doors in.
Like I'll skip ahead a little bit here. The reasoning behind the whole it was easy to get a room, no one's in these doors. Like, you're kicking in these doors left and right. You don't really need to. You're just, like, fucking manhandling these doors, breaking open, like, locks and shit. You're obviously strong enough to do it with no one, like, behind you or, like, trying to get at you. You're kicking in all these doors and you're noticing that no one's, like, using the bedrooms. There's about, like, 6 or so down a long hallway once you get upstairs.
Yeah.
And you, like, methodically go through them, I would assume, but no one's in here.
Any weird devices or things I notice?
You're not really noticing anything right now off of, like, just kicking in doors. If you chose... God, the bad DMing. If you chose a room, I could give you a better option.
You said there's 6
6
rooms?
rooms.
Can I follow him upstairs?
Do I have any recollection of the one that we went into in the other...
Everybody has full memory of the first one. It was the middle one on the right.
Okay, I go in there and I search it.
Our memories come back?
Oh, so we do remember each other.
You remember each other, yeah. Like, I assumed no one again was like, do I remember these people?
That's why I said the jig is up, and I killed that barmaid.
Got it.
I was allowing that to happen because I assumed everybody was like, I understand these people, and not like, I didn't stop you in the whole like, you don't know what this guy is doing because you don't know him.
Got it. Okay.
I was wondering how many times you were going to repeat that if we decided to go to sleep again and not fight.
I wanted to make sure that you wanted to go to.
I wasn't sure if that was established, but we remember.
So far, you remember last night.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
But everything else kind of seems blurry before that.
Gotcha. So I want to go upstairs too and start helping check rooms.
So you just kind of follow along behind UGLARK.
Yes.
In my like heightened state of just noticing things, can I see if there's any like messed up floorboards or anything that looks heavily used like the previous floorboards did while not moving or taking an action?
Yeah, I'll give that to you while they're doing the door kicking and stuff. So as UGLARK and Kia go upstairs, like just kind of like in a frantic, maybe not frantic, but just like in a dedicated way. You just kind of like, yeah, I'll chill out here, and you start to look around the room. And as you're looking around the room, like you're not really spotting, like maybe you caught a glimpse right before UGLARK started going ham on those floorboards, but nothing really looks out of place, if you will, about this, like about these floorboards specifically, if that's what you're asking.
I was seeing if there's like, because you described it as like heavily used, so I was seeing if there's like anything that looked heavily used in the area.
Well, sorry, I misspoke. Maybe the heavily used is like, it might have been cleaner or not as stepped on than the rest. But yes, everything in this floor looks about right with like boot marks and scuffs and maybe the odd drop of blood from a bar fight, but nothing is looking out of place on the floor.
Alright, so I'm just like sitting on a stool. I got my hands on my knees, and I'm just looking at this floor intently.
You would.
Sounds about right for robo-tripping, but whatever.
Okay, what room?
So, UGLARK, then, you're walking into the middle right room.
Yep.
And, looking around there. And you followed him into this room, then?
No, I want to check the room.
Assume, like, if you put it in a line, the rooms are like a left, right, down a hallway.
Okay. So he is middle right?
He's middle right.
I want to go middle left.
Middle left. Okay.
So I'm right across the room. That way, if I see anything, I just shout across the doorway to him, and he can hear me.
Okay.
So he can go first since he was in a room first.
Yeah, he was there first. So what is
I'll be right back.
UGLARK? Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I just want to search the room, is what I'm gonna start with.
The basic room is like that kind of like, this is a little bit more upscale place from the look of it, you know, so it's like, it's not just a cot in the middle or like in a corner with like, you know, less than 5 feet, you know. You have like maybe like 10 foot by 10 foot like squares and a painting on the wall, the bed, actual 4-post and everything, like some nicer sheets and whatever.
Dressers?
No dressers.
Oh.
No dressers. Probably just one of those things where like it's expected you to have your stuff with you and you just throw it in a corner kind of places, but it's not a terrible spot. It's not like a prison cell, but it's definitely not like the Upton hotels or something.
And
what does the painting? What is the painting of?
This room has just like kind of like a nice foresty scene. It's not really anything special, all that kind of stuff. It's just...
Well, using my knowledge previously, I know that wood is weak to axe. I test it on the painting.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll armor class or anything, but roll strength.
Okay. I got just a total of a 6, because 3 on the dice plus my +3 strength mod.
All right. So you connect with that like painting, but like your great axe doesn't like, you're not really invested in this maybe or something. You're just kind of like looking around and like trying to figure out what the hell is up with this place. And you found a gem and whatever. You're just searching the rooms, but it goes through the painting obviously, but it just kind of rebounds off the wood. But there's this like hard thunk kind of a thing. Like obviously this is the wood leading into like the next room kind of a thing. It's not there's nothing special about the painting, and it just kind of sinks in through the painting. Thunks kind of pulls back, but it's just going through the canvas.
Fucking goddamn painting.
And then, Sabrina?
So I want to check the room. What do I see?
Middle left? You're seeing about the exact same thing, actually.
Okay.
You just, looking around, you see 4-post bed, like, maybe not so much a nature scene, it's like a waterfall, you know, like some deer on top of it, whatever, as it leads out to, like, a nice blue skyline, everything.
Well, I don't even know what he just did, but I guess I'm still kind of in the same sort of mindset. I want to take a look at this painting, and I want to test it out. So, I want to try to stab it.
You stab the painting?
Yes.
Dagger style kind of a thing, or what do you have again?
I have 2 short swords.
Yeah, short sword.
Okay.
Short sword, that kind of a thing. No armor class, but roll your shit.
Okay, we got
3. Same thing, pretty
Damn
much.
It.
So yeah, you pretty much have the exact same experience that UGLARK has, where you just like you want to stab at it, and you kind of like cut into the painting for some reason, like a goddamn like art thief that wants to just ruin other people's things.
Oh.
But you cut into there, and it's just like you're just hitting wood, you're scraping against it, dulling the knife blade a little bit, but
Jeez.
you're not really finding anything.
It's high quality wood if it's, making my sword dull.
Well, like you're scraping sharp on rough. You just,
That's fair,
I'm not saying it's now dull, but you're not really getting any purchase behind it. You're just whatever.
Okay. I look under the bed, actually.
Looking under the bed,
Yeah.
you're just finding the regular stuff. It's just emptiness, maybe like a secondary like blanket or something, or
okay.
an extra pillow, just wherever you keep in there.
Okay, so nothing special.
Nope.
Okay. Hey, UGLARK, you find anything?
No.
No. Dude,
Not in the painting.
neither did I.
Can I search the rest of the room?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that. Basically, you're finding the exact same thing as her, though, within these next couple seconds.
Okay.
Is like, room's kind of devoid, there's no dressers, just a bed and a painting.
What if I start poking around the other rooms? Do they seem like they're inhabited or like empty as in like ready for people?
They're all seemingly empty and ready for people, but I'll make you make a perception check.
Cool.
Is he out of that room now?
I got an 11 total.
You're noticing that in the bottom left room, there's just like the door creaks more than the rest as you keep entering and like leaving, that kind of a thing. Maybe like as a
What's the door made of?
everything's made of the same thing. It's like the wood on like metal hinges and everything. But for some reason, this one might not be as oiled or as like heavily used or something. Maybe this was like a special room, that kind of. You're not really quite sure. But
I enter into that room.
All right.
Can I not be incapacitated anymore?
no, you're done now.
Okay. I just wanted to.
We've taken enough actions where you're used to your height now.
Okay. So as I'm like kind of coming down just a little bit, I stand up and I look like I realized something.
What's that?
I didn't tip, so I leave another gold piece on the bar.
All right, if you'd reduce your gold piece by 1.
I now have 2 gold.
What you've missed is there's 6 rooms upstairs that they're.
I don't know anything. I don't know.
Oh
anything.
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
not up
you're
there.
right. You're right. Shut up, Greg. Bad DMing.
No, you're fine. I just didn't want to. But I do go upstairs, and I'm just like, what did I miss?
So what you are seeing right now is UGLARK looking into and how I describe the rooms is down a hallway. There's 3 rooms on the left and right, making like a pattern like that.
Yeah.
Of left, right, left, right, left, right. And UGLARK is going into the first room on your left.
And I'm coming out of the middle left, and I want to go to the first right.
And I'm like, I heard some like what sounded exactly like an axe hitting a painting.
Yes.
What's going on?
And also, maybe in your recollection, you remember a dagger hitting another painting.
That sounded like a 3. I'm not sure if I heard.
They
that
were
one.
both actually 3s, so.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I heard both. I'm like, I heard some painting tearing. What's up, guys?
So UGLARK is entering bottom left, and Kia is entering bottom right.
Okay.
Yeah, the painting was weak to my axe, but
I stand in the middle of them as they go into their separate rooms.
All right.
As I enter into my room, I see Zraklia, and I'm like, "Hey, do you want to help us out? Pick a room and look around. We didn't get to the last two rooms in the back there.
Okay.
That might be helpful. Thanks."
Okay, thanks.
What do I see in my room?
You're seeing the exact same thing. It's like a bed with like a basic four post, and then another painting.
Can I stab this painting too? Because I got mad at the other one.
Sure.
Okay, I want to use my dagger, use my sword. Dang it, short sword.
Go for it.
Oop. And get us.
So stabbing into the painting the first time,
Yep.
you feel it sink into wood and everything, so it takes a little bit to like pry it away, all that good stuff.
All right.
But definitely just like sunk into the wood.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
I'm stabbing these beautiful paintings for nothing, and now I feel bad that I might have offended the artist.
What is UGLARK doing?
I want to poke around in the rusty hinge room.
All right, yeah. So, looking around, it's like the exact same room, that kind of a thing. 4-post bed, painting on the wall. But this painting is slightly on another side, it seems like. You've been in a couple of rooms now, and it's on a different side of the room.
Oh, I attack it.
If you'd make a strength roll.
Okay. It's exactly a 6 again.
Oh, God.
Oh, nice. You take a swing at the painting, and as it cuts through the canvas, it doesn't make that knock like the last one did with exactly the same strength you feel like you put into the last one. It kind of like...
Oh, I ripped that painting off the wall.
It sinks in and like kind of like pushes you back, rather. So...
I ripped that painting off the fucking wall and throw it to the side.
Taking the painting off the wall, throwing it to the side, you're seeing the wood behind it, but there's no indication that you struck this wall.
Hearing the clatter, I go into his room because I never left from the middle of those two doors.
Hearing footsteps behind me, I ready myself for a potential intruder with a hand axe in hand.
Yes, perfect. All right.
And I go, sup, my orc?
And then I scream and launch my hand axe. I'm just kidding.
No, you already said it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
No.
No. We don't attack player characters unless it's like really necessary or they say something really fucking racist. No, I attack the wall again. This time harder and looking at it as I do it.
All right. Yeah, make me a strength roll again, baby.
Oh my god, I'm rolling awful. Worse.
4?
And it's a nat 1.
Zraklia?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to make a perception check.
No,
Okay.
he doesn't need to see this fail.
No, I want this.
No.
I got an 8.
An 8.
Jesus, guys.
All right, so you're spying on UGLARK not spying, but you know you're spying what he's doing. You basically just see him bounce off the wall, but UGLARK, you definitely are feeling like something strange is happening with this like strike. Like you've bashed skulls and done all this shit. I assume from being an orc, but.
Yeah.
Hey guys, don't mind me. I just ripped my freaking headset out of my...
Are you saying we come from a
computer.
culture of
What
violence?
happened?
Just half.
That's very fucking racist of you.
What happened? I literally didn't hear what happened after
Oh, wait. Which part didn't you catch?
I rolled and anything after that.
You basically are watching him strike a wall and that good stuff.
Okay.
But you don't really notice anything strange happening. But
I just go, fuck yeah, dude, fight the
but
boundaries.
yeah, UGLARK, you're noticing that like this isn't connecting the right way for wood. Like maybe you chopped a tree in your past before, but nothing is going quite right and striking wood that shouldn't move or anything.
I go, dude, let me fuck up that wood for you. And I walk up to the wall and I set it on fire.
As you hold out, I assume it's from your hand, right? Producing flame.
Yeah.
As you hold out your hand to the wood, you start to like kind of conjure the flame that you're used to so much, but the flame is just kind of licking the fingertips and everything, and it's kind of scorching around like a small area, but the main spot that you're like looking towards where UGLARK was put like kind of striking against isn't catching flame like you'd hope it would.
Ooh, hold on. Okay, so I'm hearing a bunch of commotion.
I don't think this is wood.
I hear the commotion and I hop over into the room that the two are in, and I see the whole like attempting flame stuff, and I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Fighting the power.
This wall is fucky.
This wall is very fucky. It won't even look at this, and I start trying to light it on fire again.
Okay, hold on.
The same thing basically happens as he holds his hand out, as like a flame that should be burning him isn't, but it's kind of licking the sides of some of the parts of the wood, but there's definitely a spot there that's not catching.
So,
see?
Can I ask you guys to stand back real quick? I might try to shoot some lightning at it. To see if that does. I don't want you guys to get shocked. So.
Does that? Yeah. Does.
And then I'll walk away, and I'll be like, was this painting on the wall?
You see a painting very heavily scored with a single, like about like, maybe 10-inch mark that just has cut away from the canvas, strewn across the floor. You find it face down. You pick it up.
All right.
I like the painting on fire.
It engulfs immediately.
Dang.
It starts a fire, but it's slow burning and everything. Maybe the like acrylics or something are still kind of there, but it engulfs quickly, but it doesn't really like set the floor on fire. Maybe that's lacquered or varnished correctly.
I just wanted to make sure that I could still use fire.
Yes.
So, what do I need to roll to shoot lightning?
You have a... Oh, that's not you. Shit.
Yeah.
A breath weapon, 30-foot range, 2d6.
Okay, so I need to bring up the d6 stuff?
Yep. Click it twice.
Okay. Is that?
That's the wrong d6.
Oh, I see what I did there.
Hold up, sorry, we're using an app to fucking roll for... You just find regular d6.
Oh, okay. Alright, anywho, so, boop. Oh, that's all of them, I guess. 7?
7. Plus, oh, there's no plus. So, 7.
Yeah. Does that do anything?
I'm gonna need the other two that aren't breathing lightning onto this to make a perception roll.
Okay. Oh my god, natural 20.
Oh my god, yes.
I see all the shit on this
I got a
one.
16.
Nice.
16. You're not noticing as much as Jacob, so I'm gonna talk to Waylon first. As she's shooting fire, she's opening her mouth, she's got like lightning in front of her, that kind of shit. She's not gonna notice what's happening here.
Yeah, no.
But Waylon, you're noticing that like this wall is flexing. That kind of a thing, right?
I rolled the 20.
Yeah, so you're getting the next part.
Okay.
So you're noticing all of this as well, but you're getting the extra. So Waylon, you're noticing this wall is like flexing and pushing in slightly.
Weird flex.
Yeah, weird flex, especially for wood.
God.
This wood is flexing under the strength of lightning, but it's really not taking enough. If maybe that's the right way to put it, is like it's like plexiglass you've just kind of bent, kind of a thing. And Hofer, you're also noticing on top of that around the perimeter where it's flexing, you're starting to see the signs of what looks like wrong light shining through the rest of the wood around it. And it's written like these lights are like kind of look like they're written like above, below, like the cardinal directions around this piece of wood. And these like lights are kind of reacting to the lightning or whatever that she's shooting. You're not sure, especially if that's because of it, but you're noticing some lights in like patterns around them. But you do not break the.
I tell these guys that there's some weird magic shit going on here.
Oh, dude.
Try pushing the gem up to it.
I know magic. Do I know what's going on with this door?
It's no door. It's a piece of the wall.
This wood?
Roll Arcana.
Man, you're looking at a 15.
Did you ask UGLARK about what's going on, or do you just... Because you did not see that last part.
No, I'm just seeing that it's like, it's plexiglass-esque. I'm just like, do I know what this, like, what this spell or whatever this shit is?
Well, noticing
it's working this way?
Noticing it flex, you're obviously like, okay, this is some weird shit, this is some magical shit, but you're not really quite sure what's holding it together to keep it from being destroyed, especially with so much force being put into it.
Okay.
Am I done lightning now?
Yeah, that was a one-turn thing.
Okay, because I was like, how long do I have to keep my mouth open for?
Basically, as you were shooting, perception checks happened.
That's a fucky wall. I agree with UGLARK. Let's gem it.
What'd you guys see?
It like flexed at me.
Huh. You want me to shoot at it again, but like through the...
No.
You can't.
I don't trust lightning. I'm a bird, and that shit scares me.
Well, what... Do you think this gem
So
has
I
anything?
just say let's yeah, I mean, it's worth trying. He walked 30 feet around the room. Might as well try it on this 1 foot or whatever.
So do we just hold the gem up to it, or what should we do?
Yeah.
Okay, since I'm the one holding the gem, I'll take that suggestion. I walk up to the wall, and I take the gem in my claws, and I hold it up.
As she produces this red gemstone, you've already, like, you kind of all notice, after seeing something so mystical, that it's not the right color of red. Maybe if it was a bright, like, blood, like a bright glowing red, now it's kind of more blood or something like that.
Oh.
But as she brings it over to the wall, it starts to almost swirl with a blue.
Ooh.
And it starts to, like, spin inside of itself. It's not producing blue light somehow, but the blue is produced inside of it and is spinning around inside.
I walk up to Kia-ara and I'm like, can I, see that gem or whatever?
Sure, I hand it to you.
Alright, and I want to, hold it up to it myself, but with my magical knowledge.
Alright, make an Arcana roll.
It's 13.
13? You definitely know that this is, like, basically whatever is being protected by this wood might be holding something that's reacting with this and all that good stuff, but you can't really piece together what's going on inside of all this. Like, inside of this machination, there's nothing that is telling you, like, oh yes, something's going on behind this.
Guys, I have an idea.
Are there, like, there's glyphs and shit, or do I see the glyphs activate?
You don't see anything happen.
Okay, so I kind of have this idea. Can I set the jewel down, and then... I mean, I don't have it anymore, but somebody... Or, who did I hand it to?
Zraklia.
Zraklia, sorry. Like, what if you set it down, and then, like, what if I shoot lightning through the gem, and then that shoots, kind of like a prism, and then with the wall behind it, if that would do anything.
I'm looking at her explain this as I'm holding the gem, and I just start making fire in my hand on the gem.
The gem starts to react a little bit with the fire, but not in the way you'd expect. And it actually it causes you to burn your own hand a little bit as you start the fire.
Oh, that's weird because my own fire shouldn't frickin' hurt me. I don't like that.
So can I try my idea? That looks painful.
I drop it.
Oh, good.
He just burned himself.
I'm like, ah, fuck.
Burned himself on a fire that has never burned him before.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, go for it.
Alright, so I position the
Wait,
gem...
hold up.
Oh, sorry.
Out of game. Hofer, short rest. How long do you guys have to wait?
No, I think it's like, in Pathfinder, it's like 10 minutes.
1 hour.
Oh, well, yeah, it could be different in this
Your breath weapon has a short rest negation on it.
Oh, it does?
So basically, I think I'm just gonna override that and everything then, because there's no attacking creature. It's not in a fight.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say you're going to be able to do that.
Oh, good point. Good point. Okay. So yeah, I set it down. Hey guys, stand back. I'm gonna do my whole.
Yeah, I stand back.
Good. Stand behind me. Like, if anything, I'll take the hit if it, like, ricochets or something stupid.
I actually walk over to UGLARK and I'm like, dude, do you know what the fuck? Do you know anything about this fucking wall?
Dude, I don't know shit about no magic walls.
I felt like I was being a little racist by just assuming I knew everything, but I didn't. You might have known something.
Nah, I think both of us being, you know, like, minorities have to deal with fucking weird-ass walls a lot more than, you know, humans.
They build these walls around you all the time.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, fucking King Drump is trying to build a wall across fucking orc territory, you know? Fucking dumbass.
Okay, so you're setting up. You're gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Alright,
Do it.
Stand back, guys. I've got, 7. Yeah, 7.
7?
Again.
Straight into the gem, trying to direct it?
Yeah, because what I'm hoping is the effect will be, like, it'll shoot into the gem, and then, like...
So this gem's on the floor, but you want it to hit the wall.
Well, okay, like, go through the gem, and then, like a prism, cast it onto the wall.
So you're gonna hold it?
No, it's on the floor. Okay, fine, I'll hold it.
I'm trying to make sure, like, because, like, in my head, you're 6 foot tall, but trying to shoot from your mouth at a gem on the floor to bounce it. Like, I'm gonna need, like, some way higher rolls from you then.
Oh, okay, hold on. Alright, that's actually a good point. No, and actually, my own lightning shouldn't hurt me.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, ricocheting something precisely like that should be harder than I hold it in front of my mouth in front of the wall.
Actually, that's a good point. I rethink my idea because I realized if I just blast it, it's just gonna hit the wall and not sit there because physics. So I pick it up and I go pew.
Pew.
Anything happen?
7, eh?
Yeah.
You should announce that roll to them too, because they don't actually get to see this, but I do.
7.
As she holds up the gem, red and blue swirling inside of it, and starts to breathe lightning into it, the gem starts to shake and shatters in her hand.
Oh, shit.
And as it shatters, that weird feeling in the back of your head starts to come about again.
Oh, no.
And as you look at each other, kind of with that feeling, a darkness and tunnel vision spreads in your eyes, and you pass out.
Sorry, guys.
And in a fugue state, you can feel yourself kind of thinking and cognizant, but without thoughts. And then all of a sudden, you wake up at a table at an inn that you've never been to before. And you're not quite sure, like, you don't really have a hangover, yet you still have these, like, half-finished drinks in front of you, that kind of a thing.
Where's the barmaid? I draw my axe.
Wait. I look at UGLARK and I'm like, wait.
I draw my axe.
Let me handle it this time.
I pull out a piece of paper and I draw my axe.
Hey.
I'm gonna need a acrobatics check on that.
Oh my god. I think I have to get off for the night, guys, by the way, too.
All right.
Now that we, like, fully reset, but I want to keep doing this next weekend for sure.
So. Oh, yeah.
I look at UGLARK and I'm like, let me handle this time.
Oh.
And with that sound and that final phrase, almost as if you're ready for a...
Screaming of the bar patrons.
the scene sets, ready to open again.
Oh my god, I'm ready.
That's hilarious.
Alright, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go wake up early tomorrow for dumb work and make sure I'm working at the same place I'm working at. So.
Hell yeah, dude.
Beautiful.
Alright, peace,
Thanks for showing up.
Have a good night. That was a lot of fun.
Good.
It was.
I enjoyed
I
that.
gotta stop recording. I did record that, by the way.